guys, welcome back to St. Isidore's Farm and this ongoing Quonset project. Before we go any further, we wanted to put together a video that shows the whole history of roughing in the plumbing for the septic system, which is going to involve going back and forth throughout the video. So for those of you who are following along with us, I hope you enjoy this video.
So the hope today is that we will clean out the rest of this ditch going up to the shop and actually cut in a sewer line that will eventually tie in to the inside of the shop. When they built this shop on the property, they actually did put in a drain line, 2-inch drain line for a sink, but because there's actually a septic field somewhere out here.
All right, I will admit we were a little crazy to start running plumbing for a toilet and a sink when we didn't even know if there was a septic tank and system out here. Let me back up and explain why we weren't completely out of our mind. When we bought the land, we knew there was an abandoned wellhead over there, this building, and inside this building was a 2-inch drain that ran through the slab and came out this corner of the building. Once we spent more time out here, we thought, well, there must have been something else out here at one point. And in talking to neighbors, they said, yeah, sure enough, there was a mobile home out here with its own separate address. So a well, mobile home, logic would follow there had to be a septic system. So we assumed. When we started looking around right out here, there was a metal pipe sticking out of the ground. So we had Isaac dig down, and sure enough, he found a 3-inch black ABS pipe, inlet pipe, for what we assumed was the septic system. And that's what we tied into. So that's the reasoning here. Now let's get back to the project.
We're going to tie that in and run a line back up here, run it down the side, and with enough slope to get back to that corner, go under the foundation wall, and then we'll eventually get a diamond hole saw, drill a hole through the slab floor, and then connect in a drain and actually put a toilet bathroom in the shop. And then we got this dug today, going back down the side of the shop, which will come all the way down and go down here, and then it's going to actually go down and have already cut it under in order to go inside the shop and drill a 6-inch hole through the slab. Oh, it's nighttime, almost sunset. But got the drain line in, going back, and, turning back down here and going into the sewer line, connected back up here. So that'll be the end for today. Have to pick it up later when we finish the project. Okay. All right, so we're getting ready to do part 2. And of our workshop plumbing video. And so now we're on the inside, and we're going to drill a hole through the concrete, cut a hole through the concrete to meet up with the plumbing outside. So Isaac, how did we measure that out? What was the?
Well, we took into account that these would not be, so we made it so the wood wouldn't be right up against those. We wouldn't have to mess with them. So we made it just a little bit further out than that, and then from there to it's going to be about 4 inches when we put in a wooden wall installation.
Yep, exactly.
And then after that we add in 12 inches, and that goes to the center of where we're going to put in the pipe. And then over here, it's about 19 inches from the wall to over there. So like the wooden wall, and then 15 inches.
Yep.
But we're going to add a little bit more just to make it more roomy and spacious.
Awesome. All right. Well, next thing we're going to do is start drilling, right? Here we go. So it turns out that unfortunately, whereas I would think that the footing, which goes beyond this wall some distance and comes in, the footing for this building really should have only been, you know, a foot or so wide and all the way down, and moved from being at this space, I think it's probably about 18 or 20 inches from the surface down to the clay. And then it, in theory, should have transitioned to about 4 inches of concrete for the slab inside of here. But it seems that when they built this, whoever used a lot more concrete than they really needed to. So it turns out that almost the full depth of this bit, really right about here, and then as you pull it up, you'll see it took us all of this to actually get through the concrete, so that the depth, you know, the depth of the concrete is actually right around there, down to what we've got to drill through. And this is also very hard concrete. They clearly use something like 3,000 psi, plus it has fiber in the concrete just to make it stronger, to reduce cracking. So obviously they did a great job pouring the concrete, the slab, but it's just making it a real challenge for us to actually drill through this concrete. A lot harder than going through 3 inches in a softer concrete. It's a lot harder to get down. But the idea is we're going to continue to drill holes around this, use a diamond bit angle grinder, cut it up, and then just chisel away the concrete until we can bust a hole straight down to the ground. The regular hammer drill was not going to do it, so a good friend loaned me this Hilti, much more significant hammer drill. So we're going to see how fast this thing will drill a hole compared to the other one. A little bit faster. When we came back to this project in earnest and began framing and insulating, we also have to run the electrical and rough in the plumbing before we can finish that. I have to tell you, I laid awake in bed the other night thinking I will be the biggest fool if we rough in and put a toilet in this building and I don't know for sure that there's a septic tank and fields still out here. So the next day, came out and started digging, took post hole diggers where I had a rough idea that it might be, and sure enough, on the very first hole, got about 2 feet down and hit the tank, which was really probably only about a foot from where we found that capped inlet valve that we tied into. So if way back when we'd have dug just another foot, we would have hit the tank and we'd have known then. So this is a 4 by 8 foot septic tank. It's probably about 1,000 gallon tank. And had we installed it, it would have cost us probably between $8,000 and $15,000 to have somebody come and install a septic system. So that was a joyous day 2 days ago to dig down and find this. This is like finding $8,000 to $15,000 buried on your property that you didn't know existed. All right, let's get back to the project. Okay, now since we found the septic tank, now it's time to finish digging this out and picking up this drain pipe where we left it off and excavating underneath the shop, which we've largely done, as you can see. Now just to get the finishing bits out of here. I'm starting to feel like Charles Bronson or Steve McQueen in The Great Escape. Digging under here for so long. All right, that's it. Okay, that done, it is time to finish up connecting the PVC pipes and run them up, pour some concrete, set the flame. Isaac is working on another project, so Sam is going to help me with
gluing up some pipes. All right, Sam, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be cleaning the inside, and I'm gonna be cleaning the inside of this and the outside of this.
Okay, with the purple primer?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Let's do that. There you go. Go all the way around. All right, and then get the inside of the other piece. Hold it sideways, there you go. Now for the cement. Go for it.
Okay.
All right, get good coating all the way around. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So when you push it on, you're gonna push it as hard as you can, right?
Yeah.
Should slide on there and get it straight on. Push, 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 push. And let me maybe have to help you here. It's harder than I thought. All right. That was hard to push on there, wasn't it? Had to do a little emergency jump in on that one. It was tough to get together. All right, good job, Sam. All right, Sam's help, we got that done. Now Sam's behind the camera gonna help me out. So we're gonna go ahead and slide this in. Already made sure everything fits, so it's a perfect center to the hole over there. And then all we have to do is glue from inside. We'll go down and drop the pipe into it. So we have to hook this section up. So I'm gonna get some solvent on here, inside here. And on here. Hopefully this will slide together nicely without too much issue. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, on to the next. I'm gonna turn it around the corner now. Got the plumbing in, going up to the toilet. That's all done. Came around the corner. Have a ABS pipe for the sewer vent going up, and just using these brackets to stand it off the distance. Hopefully the dirt, once we get that piled up, will hold it straight, and it'll keep it from possibly with the wind or anything rubbing into that. And have a clean out here so that we can get down into it if we need to. So we've got everything plumbed up. We've packed dirt back down under here. We're getting ready to pour concrete around this. And I realized that the flange that I bought goes around the outside of the pipe. And the problem is I want to pour concrete flush up to the top of the pipe. And I don't want to run back into town and replace this. I mean, these things aren't expensive, but they're not cheap, and I don't want to deal with it. And the other thing is if I got one to go on the inside diameter of this 3-inch pipe, that's going to reduce the opening even smaller, which I don't really want to do. So my solution, I had an extra coupling laying around. So I took the jigsaw, cut the rib out of the middle of the coupling, filed it down and sanded it inside there so that I can slide this on here. It's going to be a little tight, but I want it to be. And I'm going to push this down so that it goes farther down onto this than this will. And this is the same thickness as this. And we're going to pour the concrete around here. And as it's setting up a little bit, I may move it just to start to, before it's completely set, I can just drill holes through here and pull up, stick a screwdriver or something through here and just twist and pull this back off. And that should allow this to slide back down in there, a perfect fit inside of the concrete. Just tapping the form so we're getting air bubbles out, which you see as keep tapping it. The vibration helps to work those bubbles up from down below. And we'll also make sure that concrete is filling in all the gaps underneath here. So this is the second time we've done this. First time it dropped, the concrete dropped down about 3 inches. This time it's only dropped half or 3/4 of an inch. So we're getting pretty close to done. What I had to do was put oil on the outside of this fitting, but if all things go well, this will come out of here. Voila! Now to put the toilet flange on. And just like that, it is set. And that's it. That is the history of roughing in the sewer plumbing, septic plumbing for this Quonset project. All right, now we got to get back to work. We got to get in the electrical, rough in the electrical on this side of the building, connect water lines to the well and rough those in for both the toilet, the sink, and a water line for the refrigerator. Frame up the rest of the bathroom, and that ought to be it for today and tomorrow. We will keep shooting videos, and until we upload and see you in the next one, take care and God bless.